lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, 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 lollipop.
Boom, boom, boom.
Lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, 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 lollipop.
Boom, boom, boom.
Call my baby lollipop, tell you why. His kiss is sweeter than an apple pie. And when he does a shaky rock and dance, man, I haven't got a chance. I call him lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, 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 lollipop. Sweeter than candy on a stick, huckleberry, cherry, or lime. If you had a choice, he'd be your pick, but lollipop is mine. Lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, 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 lollipop.
Boom, boom, boom.
Crazy way it thrills me, tell you why. Just like the lightning from the sky. He loves to kiss me till I can't see straight. Gee, my lollipop is great. I call him lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, 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 lollipop.
Boom, boom, boom.
Lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, 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 lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, 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 lollipop, a lollipop.
Bum 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 bum.
Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream.
Bum, 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 bum.
Make him the cutest that I've ever seen.
Bum, 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 bum.
Give him two lips like roses and clover.
Bum, bum, bum.
Then tell him that his lonesome nights are over. Sandman, I'm so alone.
Bum, 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 bum.
Don't have nobody to call my own.
Bum, 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 bum.
Please turn on your magic beam. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream.
Bum 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 bum.
Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Make him the cutest that I've ever seen. Give him the word that I'm not a rover. Then tell him that his lonesome nights are over. Sandman, I'm so alone. Don't have nobody to call my own.
방송.
Coming up next is Sweet Date with Yoonji Lee, BFM 부산영어방송.
Hello, lovely sweeties, and welcome to Sweet Date. Happy Thursday, everyone. These days, it almost feels impossible to imagine a life without social media. For many of us, it's the first thing we check in the morning and the last thing we scroll through at night. I mean, messages, news, photos, and work updates. So much of our daily routine quietly depends on it. So here's a small thought experiment. What if, starting tomorrow, you suddenly couldn't use social media at all? No scrolling, no posting, no checking those ding notifications, not because you chose to, but because you simply weren't allowed to. Would your day feel lighter? Or would it feel strangely empty, like something familiar was missing? Before we move on, take a moment to kind of imagine that version of your day. So, are you guys ready to begin the journey with me, Yoonji?
잊을 수가 없었네. 그대 모습은 보랏빛처럼 살며시 다가왔지. 예쁜 두 눈에 향기가 어려 잊을 수가 없었네. 언제나 우리 웃을 수 있네. 아름다운 얘기들을 만들어가요. 외로움이 다가와도 그댄 슬퍼하지마. 답답한 내 마음이 더 아파오잖아. 길을 걷다 마주치는 많은 사람들 중에 그건 나에게 사랑을 건네준 사람. 그대 모습은 보랏빛처럼 살며시 다가왔지. 예쁜 두 눈에 향기가 어려 잊을 수가 없었네. 언제나 우리 웃을 수 있네. 아름다운 얘기들을 만들어가요. 외로움이 다가와도 그댄 슬퍼하지마. 답답한 내 마음이 더 아파오잖아. 길을 걷다 마주치는 많은 사람들 중에 그건 나에게 사랑을 건네준 사람. 사랑을 건네준 그대.
That was 보랏빛 향기 by Click B. If the original version felt soft and sentimental, this remake brings a brighter, more energetic vibe to the song. And the signature melody is still there, but it's wrapped in those upbeat rhythms and youthful energy, almost like the song decided to smile a little wider this time around. And it's one of those remakes that feels respectful to the original, while also giving it a fresh, exciting lift. And hello, sweet daters. We're live from our studio in Busan this Thursday afternoon, and welcome to Sweet Date. You're tuned into BEFM 90.5 in Busan and 103.3 FM in the Kijang, Cheongwan, and Noksan areas. And I'm Myunji. Hello, hello, hello. I already see some of our sweeties checking in. We have Benny Ning coming in first, and he's saying, Hi, Yunji, 나피디님, 여러분, happy Thursday. Oh, sorry, I made a woman voice. Let's just say man voice, right? Hi, Yunji, 나피디님, 여러분, happy Thursday. Happy Thursday to you. Where are other listeners? I want to see you guys. And I see some other sweeties listening to our radio. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for tuning in to us. And thinking about that kind of day, that brings up some interesting questions. I mean, social media isn't just entertainment anymore. It's how we stay connected, informed, and visible, right? For some people, it's where friendships live. And for others, it's tied closely to school, work, even their sense of identity. That's why the idea of being forced to stop using it feels so extreme, right? It's not just about losing an app, it's about losing a habit, a routine for some, and sometimes even a part of how we express ourselves. And this conversation isn't just hypothetical either. And recently, I want to share this with you. Australia made headlines by introducing and enforcing a law that bans social media use for teenagers. And it's no longer a suggestion or a recommendation. It's a legal decision that's already being put into action. Still, moments like this also invite us to look at what might be gained. I mean, less scrolling could mean more time to think and to rest or to connect in quieter, more personal ways. And it might open space for, those deeper focus, more face-to-face conversations, or simply a chance to notice how we feel without, constant input. And sometimes stepping back, even when it's uncomfortable, helps us understand what we truly value and what we might want to keep more intentionally in our lives. So with that, we're going to dive into today's question of the day, which is, what do you think you'd miss the most if social media suddenly disappeared? Ooh. So let's say that social media suddenly disappeared. What would you think you'd miss the most? 만약 SNS가 여러분 갑자기 사라진다면 여러분은 무엇이 가장 그리울 것 같나요? Maybe the pictures of your friends, kind of, peeking at the pictures of your favorite celebrities, or maybe, those things that they share viral, that goes viral, the posts. And these days, there are so many things that they share on social media, right? For example, those Dubai chocolate things, right? I don't know where people get it, but I think it's on social media, right? So that's why people, go early in the morning and, get those things in the stores, right? So what are the things that you're going to miss the most? Maybe the trend? So text us at pound 9050, that's shop 9050, and feel free to send in photos too. And don't forget, each message costs 100 won. Also on Kakao Talk, search for BEFM or 부산영어방송, add us as a friend, and you can send in photos and videos for free. We're also streaming live on YouTube, so go ahead and search for the same thing, BEFM or 부산영어방송, and then click the live button and watch me, Yoonji, live on air. And I have my hair up in pigtails, so come see me. Hope you guys like my style today. Yes. And honestly, I haven't thought about the question, the answer to the question today. But I don't think I'd miss it as much as people might expect. It's I've shared this before on the show. But I'm not on social these days, so I'm not comparing myself to others anymore. Has been such a positive change for me, right? And living in the moment without all the, constant comparison that people tend to have actually feels, refreshing and really good because, I don't get to see anything. I know, I kind of give a sense that I'm an old school, right? But still, I think that's really good. There are some pros and cons to this, but what about you guys? I want to know, what would you miss the most if social media suddenly disappeared in your life? So feel free to send in your answers, and I love to hear what you think. And before we move on to our next fun segment, how about a song? And here is 사랑을 보았나봐 by FT Island.
사랑은 사치라고 믿었죠. 손을 펴 닿을 수도 없는 것. 난 맨발로 세상을 향해 뛰어가잖아. 혼자 버려진 나를 일으켜. 어느 날 사랑을 보았나봐. 따스한 그대 품에 안겨서 자꾸 심장이 그대 잡으라고 소리쳐 벅차오른 사랑이 왔다고. 내디고 사랑해요 그대만 사랑해요. 저 별처럼 영원히 빛나기를. 이 한마디 말만 가슴에 고이 묻고 살아갈게요. 그대를 영원히 어두운 터널을 헤매이다 구름 위를 나는 기분이야. 너무 큰
back to Screen Bites, everyone. This is where we learn natural, everyday English through fun and memorable movie scenes. And we're continuing at the movie called She's the Man, often described online as a classic teen coming-of-age movie, which is fast-paced, playful, and full of moments where characters have to think on their feet. And today's expression comes from a moment when someone is overwhelmed by nerves and needs to slow things down. So today's scene, this is one of the scenes where everything is ready. So the plan is set, the disguise is done by being a boy Viola now, entering boys' school to be in the boys' soccer team. But the nerves hit at the very last second. So Viola panics and she doubts herself. She wants to escape, but instead of pushing her forward, Paul, who's her friend, does something smarter. He tells her to pause and go over the plan again. That's when he says today's key line. So here goes the movie lines between Viola and his friend Paul as they get out of the car. And boy Viola, who's about to go into boys' school. Are you sure I can do this? Oh yeah, absolutely. What's up? Oh my god, he knew I was a girl. I want to go home. Relax. He was being friendly. We're not going home. Stop it. I want to go. Come on, drive. No, he was just being friendly. Now, let's run through it one more time. Let me hear the voice. Hey, what's up? I'm Sebastian. So today's expression is let's run through it one more time, meaning 한 번만 더 정리해보자. So to run through here means to review, or to practice, or to quickly go over the steps. So this expression literally means let's review the plan again. Or let's calm down and check everything one more time. And it's often used when someone is nervous right before doing something important. So let's run through it one more time is used when someone is feeling anxious or overwhelmed, or you want to help them calm down, or you're preparing for a performance, presentation, or plan. And it sounds supportive, practical, and reassuring. So let's get a better hang of it through example dialogues. And here's one, let's say before a big presentation. I'm all freaked out. 너무 긴장된다. What if I forget everything? It's okay. Let's run through it one more time. 한 번만 더 정리해보자. So it's used to calm someone down before a big movement. And here's our next one. Now, let's say that you are rehearsing for a show. Are we sure this will work? 이거 진짜 되는 거 맞아? Let's run through it one more time just to be safe. 확실하게 한 번만 더 점검하자고. So this is used to double check your details. And here's our last conversation between two friends. I'm so nervous. I can't think straight. Take a breath, Yoonji. Hoo-ha. Let's run through it one more time. 다시 한번 차분히 해보자고. So this is used to slow things down and reduce pressure. So today we learned the expression, let's run through it one more time. It's a reminder that when nerves take over, sometimes the best move isn't to rush forward, but to kind of pause, take a breath, and review. In the movie, She's the Man, this line shows how preparation can be calming, even in the most chaotic moments like this. And we'll be back tomorrow with another scene from She's the Man and another everyday English expression hidden inside the story. And for now, let's take a short break and enjoy some music. And here is 안녕 Bohemian by 나겸.
안녕 보헤미안 예쁜 보헤미안 광대한 놀이터에 있을까 그림 그리는 보헤미안 이야기하는 보헤미안 나와 함께 다 곁에 있을게 사랑에 빠진 보헤미안 망설이지는 말아줘요 잊지도 않은 그런 일들로 사랑에 빠진 보헤미안 고민하지는 말아줘요 잊지도 않은 많은 일들로 사랑해 날 너무 많이 사랑해 날 영원히 사랑해 우리 서로 사랑해 사랑해 날 너무 많이 사랑해 날 영원히 사랑해 우리 서로 사랑해 사랑해
That was 안녕 Bohemian by Nagyam. Ooh, I love the theme, right? The song. Ooh. So it's time to share today's question of the day once again. What do you think you'd miss the most if social media suddenly disappeared from your life? Ooh. 만약 SNS가 여러분 갑자기 사라진다면 여러분은 무엇이 가장 그리울 것 같나요? So text us at pound 9050, that's 샵 9050, and feel free to send in photos too. And don't forget, each message costs 101. Also on Kakao Talk, search for BEFM or 부산영어방송. Add us as a friend, and you can send in photos and videos for free. And we're also streaming live on YouTube. So go ahead and search for the same thing, BEFM or 부산영어방송, and then click the live button and watch us live on air. And we have a beautiful guest coming in, so please join us live on air on YouTube. All right, so let's see what our sweeties have to say. We have Jenny in Hong Kong-님 checking in. Hello, Jenny-님. Hope you're having a wonderful day. And she's saying, 다운 머리 하신 윤지님, 안녕하세요. 안녕하십니까? Our guest is laughing over here. Yes. Also, we have 상미님 checking in. Hello, 상미님. 우리 classical music을 좋아하시는 상미님. Welcome, welcome. Also, we have Wollybear님 checking in, saying hello. Happy Thursday입니다. Happy Thursday. We have one day till the weekend, right? If tomorrow isn't counted as the weekend. I mean, some people do count Friday as the weekend. I think that was Andrew, was it? I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, yes, I'm already feeling the weekend vibe. How about you guys? Are you guys happy usually on Thursdays, right? And we also have 만학대영어님 checking in. Hello, 만학대영어님. Hope you're having a wonderful day as well. Saying 안녕하세요. 윤지님 오늘 너무 귀여우세요. 저도 윤지님처럼 머리를 따보고 싶은데 점점 머리가 조금만 길어도 답답해서 당최 머리를 기르지 못해요. 제가 여자가 아니었다면 항상 스포츠 머리를 하고 다녔을 것 같아요. Oh, 만학대영어님, thank you for your compliment. I try to go for a young look. And I came into the studio today and I was like, PD님, how's my hair look? And he's like, 좋아요. 요즘 점점 기계화 되시는 것 같아요. 듣지도 않으시고 그냥 대답하세요. Thank you, PD님. 네, anyway, yes, 막대원님, I think there's a line, right? People usually grow their hair up to here, to the shoulders, and then that's when they think, oh my gosh, I don't know if I should grow it or not, right? But that's the point. That is the part where you have to, be patient. Yes. But anyway, yeah, I love the sports hair. 스포츠 머리 남자들 너무 멋있지 않나요? 우리 마육대원님 스포츠 머리로 변신하시. 그래도 너무 좋을 것 같아요. You should try for yourself. Yeah, even though your hair is short, not as long as me, I think you should braid your hair and send in your pictures and we can share it with our sweeties. You should. Anyway, thank you for sending in your message. Yes, 어릴 때 수치 많으셨다는 우리 제니 덩콩님. 이제 반으로 줄었네. 아, 맞아요. 다들 조금 나이가 드시면서 수치 줄더라고요. Do you want some of my hair? Yes, anyway. Oh, sorry. I gotta get back on track. It's Thursday, which means we have Claire joining us in the studio again. And so we're gonna bring her in, shall we? Welcome back, everyone. It's time for Hidden News Gems. And of course, we have Claire. Hello.
Good afternoon.
I like how she has every new move. Anyway, Claire, how is everything with you?
All good. Today's very warm. So
Yeah.
I feel
But you
better.
wore a jacket, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I wouldn't go anywhere without a jacket. But I thought I picked the one that I thought it's light, but it's like
Not
it's
like.
still warm.
Oh, yeah. It was actually warm, right? And today, what do you think about today's question of the day? Which is, what do you think you'd miss the most if social media suddenly disappeared? I mean, lots of people are on social. How about you? Are you on social media?
I am a watcher. I not upload anything.
But I mean, there must be some things that you kind of catch up through
Maybe
social media.
you know those awkward moments that you have nothing to do and you have to stay, put your attention to somewhere else.
Yeah.
So just look at the phone. I just
just to
be sweeping through the shorts.
fill up the silence, kind of. So when you're let's say you're at the hospital for a checkup or something.
Yes. And
You-
when you're waiting for something, I think that's always the moment that is very useful.
Yeah. Okay. And see kind of like how everyone's doing, right? These days.
Yes.
I see. Right. But I guess there are so many things, that you can get an idea from.
And there's a lot of useful information these days.
True.
And I am a bit impatient. So I'm not really good at watching long videos.
Oh.
I'd rather just scroll through always. So I prefer the text always. And even the video, I always minimum 2 times. I cannot really
You mean
stand-
fast forward?
Always fast forward. I cannot just watch the video with just normal speed and doing nothing. I always have to do something.
Yeah, I noticed that because my mom, whenever she watches something, she sets the speed double speed.
I was like, how can you watch with just normal speed? That's like a snail speed.
Oh, really? You'll be surprised if when you see me watching stuff because my mom was watching I think it was stocks related. I thought someone was rapping in her room, so I went into her room and I was like, "Mom, how do you listen to that?"
My friend said I cannot understand a thing.
I know, I can't understand. Ooh, okay. So, by her look, she looks like a person who can stand, the snail-paced speed. Well, I guess
very
not.
impatient.
Oh, yes. But I mean, today's topic, I heard it's somehow related to this question of the day. So we're going to set the scene. And can you tell us what we're talking about today?
So today, okay, I think that's why. First, a situation where something many teenagers rely on every day, social media, which is what we talk about today, was suddenly taken away, not by choice, but by policy. And second, a very different kind of story about how something extremely ordinary to Koreans, ramen, quietly crossed borders and became a global word.
So the first story is going to be about subtraction. And another one about expansion.
Yes, and interestingly, both reveal how habits we barely notice can shape how we think, feel, and connect.
All right. So we're going to break it down and take them one at a time. And we're going to start with the story from Australia. And at first glance, this story, I got to say, it sounds like one of those New Year digital detox challenges. Right? Something people promise themselves they'll try, usually with good intention.
Voluntarily, yes.
Yeah, and mixed results, right?
It does sound like that at first, but what makes this case different is that the decision wasn't personal at all. In Australia, the government temporarily restricted teenagers' access to social media as part of a broader youth protection policy.
So this wasn't about self-control or the discipline.
Exactly, it wasn't. I should stop scrolling. It was simply you cannot. And that distinction turned this into a very different kind of social experiment.
Because it removes choice from the equation, right?
Yes, and when choice disappears, habits suddenly become visible. Many teenagers realize for the first time how often they reached for their phones without thinking.
Yeah, like even for us, right?
Yes.
Like we don't know how, we didn't count, so we don't know. But, you know, if we take a look, you know, we notice that we look at the phones too much.
When
right?
you look at the statistics, you'll be surprised. You know the screening statistics?
The screening minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be freaking me out. Yes, and almost before like they even knew why.
Exactly. During the first few days, the most common description was discomfort. Not panic, not anger, but a vague sense of unease.
Like something familiar was missing.
Yes, one student described unlocking their phone repeatedly only to remember every single time that there was nothing to open.
Yes, and that moment of realization can feel surprisingly heavy.
It can. Several teens said they felt restless, as if a background rhythm what they were used to had suddenly stopped.
Yes, and like almost like silence after constant noise.
That's a good comparison. But what's important is that this phase didn't last very long.
So the discomfort didn't build up, right?
No, after about a week, many teens began noticing subtle changes instead. They describe feeling mentally lighter. Not happier exactly, but less pressured.
I'm sure nothing else in their daily lives changed, right?
That's the key point. Their schedule stayed exactly the same, which is school, homework, after-school activities. The only thing that disappeared was the constant stream of updates, comparisons, and notifications.
And that absence must have created kind of, you know, a space for them.
It really did. Several teens said their thoughts felt less scattered. One student said they stopped feeling like they were always behind everyone else.
I feel like this would be really helpful for the teenagers.
That is.
And that sense of comparison is powerful and often invisible.
Indeed. Without realizing it, many teens had been measuring their lives against what they saw online. When that reference point vanished, their emotional baseline quietly shifted.
I mean, for teenager students, they must have got like lots of things going wrong, right?
Yes.
Especially like for Korean teenagers as well. But what about their daily routines? Did anything change there?
Oh, yes, in small but meaningful ways. Some teens said they spent more time finishing tasks without interruption. Others said they found themselves daydreaming more, something they hadn't done in a long time.
Daydreaming. That's so cute, right?
It's like a 멍 때리.
Kind of like zoning out, huh? So that sounds almost old-fashioned.
It does, but it highlights how much mental space social media can occupy, even when we're not actively using it.
And of course, we can't leave out, you know, the most effective progress that show up is in sleep.
Yes, and that was one of the clearest changes. Without late night scrolling, many teens fall asleep faster and woke up feeling steadier.
Ooh, so not dramatically refreshed, just more balanced life.
Exactly. The article is careful with its language. It doesn't talk about dramatic transformations, but about stability, fewer emotional spikes, less irritability.
So changes that are easy to miss, but hard to deny once noticed.
Social interactions also shifted. Without phones as an easy escape, teens talked more face-to-face.
Even when it feels awkward for them, right?
Oh, yes, especially when it felt awkward. Some teens admitted that they hadn't realized how often conversations used to pause when someone checked their phone. That's true.
Yeah, that is so true. And once that habit disappeared because of the ban in social media,
and they stayed present. They talked longer, listened more, or sometimes just sat quietly together without feeling the need to fill the silence. Oh, I should learn that.
Yes, and even like for teenagers to do that, I think it's amazing how they do that, right? Because like there's a skill many adults even struggle with it too.
Exactly, but the article also makes sure not to romanticize the experience.
Because there were downsides to
Oh,
this.
yes, of course. Some teens miss creative outlets, online communities, and staying connected with friends who lived far away. Those losses were real, and the article doesn't dismiss them.
Yes, it's literally like losing friends because, you know, for teenagers, friends are like this, right?
Yes.
Oh, they're so
And you
tied
have
to them.
talk constantly.
Yeah, and so this isn't a story arguing that social media is harmful by default.
Not at all. The real takeaway is awareness. Many teens said that once access returns, they want to use social media more intentionally, not automatically.
So choosing when and why to engage.
Exactly. A psychologist interview said the restriction helped teens recognize how digital environments shape emotions quietly over time.
And not by controlling behavior outright, but by setting the emotional tempo.
That's right. It was a forced pause, but one that revealed something many hadn't noticed before.
And maybe that's the most important part here.
Yes, not the restriction itself, but what became visible once it was in place.
Ah, yes. And we have some listeners saying, SNS 잘 못해요. 그저 제 일기장처럼 블로그에 음악과 가끔 글을 올려요. 블로그도 SNS인가요? Would you
Yes,
consider
yes.
blog? Yeah? Oh, 맞아. But you know, like, I mean, there are some people who are on social media like way too much, right?
Yes.
Oh, so I guess like by, you know, kind of us discussing about this, I think we should kind of check our patterns as well, right? Yes. Okay. And while we think about these things, we're going to take a short music break. And when we come back, we're going to look at very different stories. So please look forward to that. And here is Climax by 민경훈.
내 인생의 마지막 선택 너 하나뿐이야 가슴 아픈 이별이 우릴 찾을 수 없게 두 번 다시 눈물은 없을 거야 영원히 세상을 다 걸고 약속할게 앞만 보고 숨이 차게 달려온 날들 그렇지만 손에 쥔 건 외로움 추억이란 낯선 곳에 널 맡기기에 이별보다 더 지독한 후회만 기다린단 말 대신 나 지금 달려갈게 태양보다 뜨거운 가슴으로 내 인생의 마지막 선택 너 하나뿐이야 가슴 아픈 이별이 우릴 찾을 수 없게 두 번 다시 눈물은 없을 거야 영원히 세상을 다 걸고 약속할게 화려한 그 모습 뒤에 저마다 다른 슬픔들을 감추고 살겠지만 시간이 더 지날수록 기억되는 건 단 한 사람 너라는 걸 알아줘 보고 싶단 말 대신 너에게 달려갈게 내 사랑이 있어야 할 곳으로 내 인생의 마지막 선택 너 하나뿐이야 가슴 아픈 이별이 우릴 찾을 수 없게 두 번 다시 눈물은
Welcome back, everyone. We just played Climax by 민경훈, and you're listening to Sweet Date, and we're in the middle of Hidden News Gems with Claire. So before the break, we talked about what happens when something familiar, like social media, suddenly disappears in our life. Now we're going to move in the opposite direction, but before that, we have some of our comments from our listeners, and Jenny in Hong Kong Nim saying, feel discomfort, restless, feeling lighter and less stress and less feel behind of them. So 뭔가 뒤처진 것 같은 느낌이 들 수도 있지만 그런 게 좀 덜 들 수도 있다. 이런 말씀이신 것 같아요, right? So I think like lots of people feel missing out on stuff because they're not on social media.
FOMO, yes.
Yeah, FOMO. But I mean, you don't have to worry about that, right? We can catch up easily. Like even from the news and, other stuff, right?
Sometimes it's better to miss out.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't I'm not on social media, but I don't know like how I got to know about Dubai, stuff. I don't know why. Maybe people were talking about
People are always talking about it.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, and I realized when I walked around, people were like massive lines. And I was like, what's that?
Oh.
That made me realize what that is.
Oh.
And everywhere it says we have to Jongko.
Oh, yeah.
I thought Dubai is gone now.
Oh, true. And I realized like at some point, I think like it was 3 years ago, there used to be like Phuket Teng Bang.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And like every time I walked into a convenience store, I could see like the sign up. So I was like, whoa. I don't want it, but I guess that's viral.
And I heard people like come in and out. When I was in convenience store, they're like, do you have blah, blah, blah. And then, people are actually searching for it.
Oh, yes. And I remember one time, like, one of the middle schoolers came into the convenience store while I was grabbing for some ice cream. And then I was grabbing for, like, vanilla stuff. But then all of a sudden, they're like, oh, 여기 있다. And they were grabbing some, like, tongue-shaped, ice cream. So I was like, ooh, that must be viral.
I know, yeah.
So I grabbed for one of those, and then I had them. But then while I was grabbing onto it, I ran into other middle schoolers and they were like looking at the back. So I thought, oh, this is huge these days.
Now.
Yeah. So I guess like you don't have to be on social media all the time.
You can tell by how others like behave.
By how they stare at you. Yes. And now we're going to move into opposite direction. A story about something familiar, quietly traveling outward.
Right. And what's interesting is that this story doesn't feel dramatic at all. It's about Korean instant noodles.
Ooh.
And more specifically, the word 라면 being officially added to a major English language dictionary.
Ooh, congratulations. So it's like, the word kimchi, which we're proud of, and bulgogi. So it may sound simple on the surface.
It does, but when you look closer, it's actually a sign that something has fully settled into everyday global life.
Because dictionaries don't usually rush to add trendy words, right?
Exactly. A word usually makes it into a dictionary only after it's been used consistently, naturally, and without explanation.
So we should be proud of this, right? And it isn't about popularity alone.
No, it's about familiarity. The dictionary didn't just translate 라면 as instant noodles. It recognized it as a cultural term.
Ooh, and that distinction right there matters.
It really does. Because the entry reflects not just what 라면 is, but how it's eaten, when it's eaten, and what kind of emotional space it occupies.
And I gotta say, ramen is like pure soul food or comfort food for all Koreans.
Yes.
And especially late night food and cheap but satisfying for
Exactly.
everyone.
And this recognition comes alongside another quiet milestone. Overseas exports of Korean ramen have now exceeded $1.5 billion.
Oh my gosh, $1.5 billion, which is double the figure from, I heard, just 3 years ago.
Yes. And what's striking is how little noise surrounded that growth.
No big global launch moment.
No single campaign announcing, this is the next global food. Instead, ramen spread through repetition.
And I remember having one of Korean ramen when I was studying in China for a year. I went up the mountains and they were selling like Korean ramen there.
On the mountain.
And even Chinese people were having those like at
yes.
the peak of the mountain.
Yes.
Yes, so
They
I
love it.
Yeah, everyone loves it, right? And through scenes that we didn't even register as marketing.
Exactly. In drama and films, characters cook ramen when they're tired, stressed, heartbroken, or simply hungry.
Yes, and often alone, often at night, as in the K-dramas.
Those scenes weren't selling a product, they were showing a habit.
Which are contagious, right?
They are. Over time, viewers around the world stopped asking what ramen was. They understood it through context.
Yes. And that's when a word stops feeling foreign.
Yes, and that's why the dictionary entry is so important. It signals that ramen no longer needs quotation marks.
Yes, and it stands on its own, right?
The article also points out something else that changed. People aren't just buying ramen, they're trying to cook it the right way.
Like, you know, those internet cafe ramen.
Yes.
Those are good. Have you tried those?
Not yet.
No? Like the noodles are more tangly.
Ah.
Yeah, so I tried to like copy the recipe, and what they did was they took out the noodles first
Oh.
to
And
make
then?
it tingly, and then pour the soup.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, so you should look it up. And here, it is very telling what you're saying.
Yes,
right?
there's growing curiosity about details that Koreans usually never explain. How much water to use, when to add the noodles, where to crack an egg at the end.
Yes, and things that feel obvious when you've grown up with it, right?
Exactly. What's being exported isn't a refined or upgraded version of Korean food culture.
It's everyday version, right?
That's the key. Ramen didn't change to suit global taste. It became global by staying exactly what it is. Simple, affordable, and emotionally familiar.
Yes, food that fits into real life, not special occasions.
An industry analyst quoted in the article said, people around the world are increasingly drawn to food that feels honest and unpretentious.
So food that doesn't ask you to perform.
Yes. And that's why ramen resonates. It's not aspirational, it's relatable.
And when you look at it that way, I think the story feels very similar to our first one, right?
It does. One story showed that what happens when habit is suddenly removed. The other shows what happens when a habit quietly spreads.
Ah, yes. And in both cases, the impact comes from repetition, not spectacle.
Indeed, there aren't headline-grabbing changes. There are slow, steady shifts in how people live and feel.
That's maybe why it's so easy to miss out on
Yes,
these. Right?
but once you notice them, you start seeing them everywhere.
Right, which makes this another perfect hidden news gem, right?
Yes.
So today we took a look at two different stories today, both quietly revealing. Right?
One showed that what happens when constant connection disappears. The other showed how something familiar becomes globally shared.
Yes, and no dramatic headlines here, right?
Yes, but clear signals of how life is shifting.
Yes, and I gotta say, like talking about ramyeon and social media, I think I've cut down on both.
Oh, yes.
Yes, so I'm thinking about having ramyeon for lunch. I don't know.
My first cook was ramen. Can I call it cook though?
Oh,
But
yeah,
yes.
yeah. Your first dish,
Yes, my
special dish.
Yeah.
Ooh, did you put
Dish.
in like pot and all of that
Kerans.
stuff?
Yes.
Oh, do you dissolve it or do you just like
Oh, I
leave
just
it
leave
away?
it. I dissolved it and my mom was not happy about it.
Oh, 피디님 chose a song that is related to this. You guys are gonna be so shocked. Okay. Anyway, thank you so much for sharing these fun news today, Claire.
My pleasure.
Oh, I was gonna say Cheryl. Sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Okay. Anyway, that wraps up today's hidden news gems, everyone. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we're gonna be back at 1. And here's another song to take you. 그대와 함께라면 by Uncle.
어느 날 그대가 아무 말 없이 떠나면 세상은 너무 힘겨울 텐데 어느 날 아침에 그대가 곁에 없다면 하늘은 무척 캄캄할 텐데 없을 거예요. 그대와 나 여기에 함께 왔으니 힘겨웠던 숱한 지난 날들은 모두 아름답게 추억이 되고 서럽고 외롭던 많은 시간은 예쁜 사진처럼 마음에 남아 온 세상을 환하게 하죠. 그대와 함께라면. 어느 날 그대가 아무 말 없이 떠나면 세상은 너무 힘겨울 텐데 어느 날 아침에 그대가 곁에 없다면 하늘은 무척 캄캄할 텐데 하지만 그런 일 없을 거예요. 그대와 나 여기에 함께 왔으니 힘겨웠던 숱한 지난 날들은 모두 아름답게 추억이 되고 서럽고 외롭던 많은 시간은 예쁜 사진처럼 마음에 남아 온 세상을 환하게 하죠. 그대와 함께라면 그대와 함께라면.
I was so busy this morning. I didn't even get to check my messages. I almost got hit.
Here comes the safety hero. Stop right there, Smombi. Put your phone away. Keep your head up. Look around.
What was I doing? Thank you. I'm finally free from being a smombie.
As you just heard, even a quick text could lead to a serious accident. This kind of behavior has a name, Smombi, a word created by combining smartphone and zombie.
Walk with your head up and check your surroundings before you move. Let's build a safer traffic culture and keep our streets free from smombies. This campaign is brought to you by BEFM 부산영어방송.
힘차게 돌아가는 경제. 부메랑처럼 다시 기업의 이익으로 되돌아오니까요. 방송 광고, 경제에 큰 힘이 됩니다. 부산 방송광고발전협의회.
The time is now 1 o'clock.
너의 얘기를 들었어. 너는 벌써 30평에 사는구나.
난 매일 라면만 먹어 나일 먹어도 입맛이 안 변해 I'm fine, thank you, thank you, and you 우리 옛날에 사랑을 했다니 웃어 좋은 차를 샀더라 네가 버릇처럼 말한 비싼 차 나도 운전을 배워 이리도 어려운 건지 모르고 I'm fine, thank you, thank you, and you 우리 옛날에 사랑을 했다니 웃어 나는 정말로 괜찮아 행복해 내 걱정 말고 잘 살아 I'm fine thank you thank you and you 우리 옛날에 사랑을 했다니 웃어
That was Fine, Thank You, and You by 10cm. So, when someone asks you, how are you? This is probably one of the most common answers that we give. Short, polite, and almost automatic, right? Like when you push a button, it's like, oh, fine, thank you, and you, right? But sometimes that simple question can be a chance to say a little more or at least say it in a different way, right? So after hearing the song, let's think about how else we might answer when someone asks, how are you? How do you guys answer this question? Maybe number one, I'm doing pretty well. Thanks for asking, right? I'm doing pretty well. Thanks for asking. Number two, not too bad. Just taking things one day at a time. Number three, I'm hanging in there. Right? Number four, feeling a bit tired, but overall okay. Number five, better than yesterday, actually. Thanks for asking, right? Number six, can't complain. How about you? And last one, it's been a long day, but I'm managing. So these are some of the sample answers that you can say to how are you. But I know it's not in the script, but Yoonji's suggestion personally would be something very simple. And because I don't have a good memory, I would say something that's easy to remember. So here's my suggestion, which is good. You? Easy peasy, huh? So when someone asks you, how are you? You don't have to say, oh, I'm good. On my way here, I was so exhausted because, I was buying, tomato juice, blah, blah, blah. That's too much. So you should rather say, good. You? right? And ask the other person. And hello, sweeties. We're live from our studio in Busan this Thursday afternoon. And welcome to Sweet Date, everyone. You're tuned in to BEFM 90.5 in Busan and 103.3 FM in the Kijang, Cheongwan, and Nuksan areas. And I'm Yoonji. Hello. And in part 2, let's see what we've got. Following segments coming up for you. First up, we jump into Sized Banter with Andrew, your daily dose of quick, playful chat. And then we're going to switch gears with K-pop Dispatch, where we bring you the freshest beats, the newest releases, and all the buzzworthy comebacks lighting up the K-pop world. And lastly, we'll end things in part 2 with Sweet Review, a moment to look back on what we learned today and reflect with a meaningful quote. And let me remind you of the question of the day, which is, what do you think you'd miss the most if social media suddenly disappeared? 만약 갑자기 여러분 SNS가 두둥 사라져요. 그러면 여러분은 무엇이 가장 그리울 것 같나요? So send in your answers by texting us at #9050. That's 샵 9050. And photos are welcome too, and each message cost 100 won. Also on Kakao Talk, search for BEFM or 부산영어방송, add us as a friend, and you can send in photos and videos for free. And we're also streaming live on YouTube, so search for the same thing, BEFM or 부산영어방송. Click on our live broadcast and join the chat with everyone cool there too. But before you do, don't forget to hit subscribe, like, and ding, turn on the notifications. All right, so let's see what our sweeties have to say. We have Jenny in Hong Kong saying, it is a lovely day, very warm, sun shining and bright everywhere, with breeze blowing on my face. Like this, right? It's a good day. Oh, yes, that's what happened this morning on my way here. Yes, it was like the breeze. It was like, I don't know, winter breeze or maybe spring coming blowing breeze. Yeah, I was like, whew. You know, like when you have lip gloss on and the wind is blowing like crazy, right? And it sticks to your lip and you're like, try to get it out. I'm pretty sure that guys won't understand what I'm saying, but yeah, for women, you guys know what I mean, right? Yes, and that is like, ooh, that's why I put lip gloss on when I get into the studio. Good thing that nothing's blowing here, right? Anyway, I'm so glad that you're having a wonderful day and the warm sun shining. And I hope that made you happy, Jenny Nim. Thank you for sending in your answer and your comments for us. And also we have 마덕도 영어님 saying, 저는 SNS 계정 옛날에 만들어 놓고 방치해두다 보니 아이디랑 비번 다 까먹어서 이제는 들어가보지도 못해요. 그리고 나이가 드니까 다른 사람의 SNS도 잘 안 봐지더라고요. 제 삶이 너무 바빠서 그 사람들의 삶에 관심을 기울일 여유가 없다고 해야 될까요? Yeah, so I know, like, you know, once you make it, I think people tend to just log in automatically, right? So they forget their ID and password. And so, like, yeah, it automatically becomes, you know, not the thing that you often do, right? Yeah, but still, you know, like, it's good. I mean, like, for those of you who are, like, you know, joined in social media, I think no offense to you guys, but I mean, yeah, it's nice to have some distance from that as well, right? I know what you mean. Anyway, thank you for sharing your answer, 마덕도 영어님. Also, we have answer from 상윤 김님. Hello, 상윤님. Hope you're having a wonderful day. And he's answering to the question of the day, and he's saying, I've been using 얼굴책 over 15 years as my personal photo album and archive, saving pictures of my travel and memories in separate folders. So if that disappears suddenly, I'll miss all the memories, right? Oh, actually, 상윤님, I asked PD님 what 얼굴책 was. Yeah, so guys, if you're curious what 얼굴책 is, 얼굴 is face, right? Face, 땡땡. Yes. Oh, so he has his own photo album in 얼굴책. Ooh, for 15 years. That's amazing. So like once you dig into that, make sure you don't have any photos that might kind of, be, I don't know, shy about, right? I actually had, like how phone these days have automatic backup, right? And I think it was like 10 years ago or 9 years ago, like I used to date someone and it automatically backed up my old photos. So that person saw my ex and he returned the phone. He was like, oh, it was nice seeing you with that guy. And I was like, oh, what guy? And he's like, it's okay, no worries. But then I was like so embarrassed, right? And I was talking to PD님 about this and he was like, you know how there's like 7년 전 오늘, right? Yeah, it automatically pops up, right? So make sure 상님님 to not have a picture taken with another pretty looking lady. Yes, and just be like, oh, this is my niece's niece or whatever. To save some embarrassment right there. Yes. Anyway, thank you for sharing your story. Also, we have 당상님 checking in saying, hi Andy. Hello 당상님. Hope you're having a wonderful day and share what your answer would be to the question of the day. Also, we have Benny answering to the text topic. He's saying maybe photos from the past. So he's gonna miss that. Photos from the past. Yeah. When I was deleting my account for the social media, I think that was one of the things that I thought was kind of sad, right? I had to delete the photos, right? But I took a screenshot of it, but I mean, it's not as good quality as the one, the original on the social media, right? And I think, yeah, it's that moment though. Like, don't be too caught up in that moment. And I think it's gonna be fine, right? Anyway, and he's also practicing today's Screen Bites expression, which was, let's run through it one more time. 한 번 더 해보자, right? And he made an example sentence and he's saying, let's run through it one more time, Yunji. Let's finish this project in this next 3 weeks. Ooh, a good one. Good. Excellent, Benny. Thank you. Yes. So you can say, let's run through it one more time. Just whenever, right? Like for your presentation or in your work environment or with your friends or like this in the movie, right? You're pretending to be a guy. Yes. And also we have Julie Neem checking in as well saying, hello, sweet daters. Sorry for being late. Happy Thursday. 귀요미 윤지님, 나피디님. 귀요미 나피디님인가요? That applies to only me or both of us? 피디님 이렇게 귀요미, 오케이. 네. 피디님은 약간 sweet한 느낌. Yes. Anyway, when we were playing the song Climax by 민경훈, she was like, 민경훈님 노래인가요? 만화 주제곡 같네요. 넌 하라고. 죄송해요. Yes, I was trying to copy him. Yes, I used to love his song, right? How about you guys? What's your favorite song of Min Kyung-hun? Oh, I used to love his... What was that famous song? I can't remember the title at this point, but I mean, there was a viral song that everyone absolutely loved. Yes, and I hope you guys enjoyed this song. Anyway, thank you for sending in and checking in with us. And 만학대원님 saying, 저는 FOMO보다는 JOMO인 것 같아요. Oh, so JOMO is joy of missing out. Oh, that's a good way to put it, right? Yes, and also we have C1Du님 checking in, and he's saying 신상 맛집을 못 보는 게 조금 아쉬울 것 같네요. 신상 맛집, yes. So the trending spots for, food or desserts these days, right? 맞아. 그러면 두바이 초콜릿을 모를 것 같아요. Yes. Besides Dubai, what are trending these days? I want to know because I'm not on social media. So please share with us. I want to know. Yes. Also, we have Jinli-님 checking in and she's saying, 윤지님, 오늘 남 귀염 하트. SNS가 사라지면 저의 밤 시간 어케요. 어쩔 수 없이 책 읽거나 글 쓰거나 이유. So just the fact that thinking about this makes us sad, right? Anyway, thank you for the compliment. Arigatou gozaimasu. I don't know why I said it in Japanese. Anyway, before we move on to our next segment, how about a song? And here is 행복의 나라로 by 임주연.
장막을 걷어라
너의 좁은 눈으로 이 세상을 떠보자 창문을 열어라 춤추는 산들바람을 한 번 더 느껴보자
everyone. Welcome back to Sized Banter with Andrew here.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Andrew.
Oh, it's like little boy Andrew here, huh? Were you like that when you were young?
No.
Hello.
Do you think this voice sounded like that at any
Hello,
point in my life?
class. No, maybe when you were like elementary school student. You know, hello class. We have a new student here, Andrew.
I was never the new student.
You're never.
No, I went to the same elementary school, middle school, or junior high and high school. There were never any changes. I lived in the same house my entire life.
So like moving to Korea was a big change for you, huh?
Yeah, I mean, well, I went to university in a different city.
Oh.
But it was only like an hour and a bit away. So, yeah, moving to Korea. I'll tell you how long it was ago. My first flight to Korea was you didn't have the TVs in the headrest. It was like one big one in the middle where everybody watched the same movie.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
How long was that? Like
It was 2007.
2007?
2007, 2006, 2007.
You only had one screen?
There was like multiple ones down the middle.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I don't know if Petey could find a picture of like old school
So-
entertainment in an airplane.
Wait, so what kind of like movie do you remember seeing like in the airplane?
No, it was like
Home Alone? Something that people would know?
yeah, it was because you got to think it's got to be okay for everyone to watch, right?
Oh, yeah. Even the kids, right?
Yeah, like in the language, no nudity, nothing like that. You know, like it's yeah, it
Has
was
to
different.
stay clean. Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. I don't remember.
And I don't even think there weren't even plugs on like in each seat.
Like the USB?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I don't know. Like USBs weren't a thing. I don't know. I'm old.
Interesting. So, like moving to Korea, that must have been a huge challenge for you and in your life as well, right?
Yeah, I would say opportunity.
Opportunity.
Be the optimist here.
Optimism.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get into today's scene, shall we?
Someone claiming everything is fine while surrounded by chaos.
My space is actually pretty clean. Woo.
You can't see your desk.
That's because everything is within my reach.
That's not cleaning. That's negotiating with mess.
So today's question is, how often do you guys tidy up your space? 공간 정리는 여러분 얼마나 자주 하시나요? I looked at our desk and I see your part and my part. My part is kind of filled with water bottles, you know, these compact. But your space is clean, right?
Yeah, well, everybody take that for what it is.
But how about
A
your
mess?
actual... No.
Not a mess.
No, you're going to be surprised how my place is so clean.
Okay,
So
hey.
how about your space? Like, do you have your own room or do you kind of like have your little space of your own in your house?
Yes and no. I mean, I used to more. Actually, it's funny you ask that because I'm trying to set up like a desk office area right now. Like we got to purchase some things and set something up, not just for myself but also for my kids, so they have like a more of a set study area where like our kitchen table is just is not tidy. You know, like the dining room kitchen where we eat. It's like. Clean the table. It's the same thing every day. So yeah. But I would say like in my own space in my office, there's also a term called like an organized mess.
Yes.
And I'm sure like if you walk through the office here at BFM, and a few of the PDs, their desks, they're busy. The desks are very busy. That's me being nice for saying, like from the like outside the fishbowl looking in,
Yes.
it looks like a mess. But I guarantee you, if you ask them for something, they would
know
be
it.
like, they would know where it is. 100%, they would know where it is. And I used to be like that too, you know. And then it's also like, you know, organized mess or a messy desk. You know, like they're actually working. You know, like.
How about your desk in your office, like at school?
It looks like these pictures that Petey's putting up on the thing. No, it's quite organized. Right now, it's actually not because it was end of semester. It is actually, I have to go back in this week and clean some stuff up and get some stuff ready for the spring. But that's also just like, I call it end of semester house cleaning that you got to do because it just gets a bit chaotic. But yeah, I don't know. It's not too messy. I don't know. How about yourself? Are you a neat, tidy, and organized person, or does it kind of get? Okay, here's a question. Do you make your bed when you wake up in the morning? When you get home from work in the evening, is your bed already a mess and you have to remake it?
Would you believe me if I said I do that like 5
She's
times
like,
a
I don't
week?
even have blankets. Don't even have to worry
It's like
about it.
caterpillar walking out from the blanket.
Yeah.
You know? How
Yeah.
there's a hole inside.
Yeah, it's a wrapper.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually fresh out of the wrapper.
Do you do that? Like, do you like kind of tidy up your bed as
Yeah.
well? You do every
Yeah.
morning?
Yeah.
Oh.
It says a lot about a person.
Yes. I know like a successful person once said on Notubu that a successful person like usually tidy up their bed.
Yeah,
in the morning.
There's
like a successful habit.
what's the phrase? Leave it or get it done. And it's if you break your day up into little goals or accomplishments, you get way more. You feel much better about yourself. Like if you get up and you make your bed, you've already accomplished one thing.
Ooh.
So it's like, all right, and you might not like, consciously feel that, but in your head, your brain, you can trick yourself, and then like, all right. Brush your teeth, you get showered, you made coffee or whatever it is. If this one though, I don't know if I don't think I could do this. Like doing the dishes before I left for work in the morning. Ooh, that would be another level.
Tough. Yes.
That would be another level. I don't know, but how about like your apartment? How often do you tidy up your apartment? Like, for example, this is the easiest question. If like we were outside your house, like at a coffee shop, and you're like, oh, I just got to run upstairs to grab a few things. And if I said to you, oh, do you mind if I use your bathroom?
It would be totally okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa. Whoa, people.
But then he would have to like crawl into
Then I'm like,
my
oh,
bathroom.
she just doesn't care about discussingness.
Yes, I miss Disgustington.
Yeah.
No, but I mean like, even though when I have plans, let's say with my friend,
Sure.
I am running late. But still, I want to get my place tidy up because, like, the moment you get home and, like, you feel the chaos, then
Oh, yeah.
I'm, like, even more stressed out
You're
about
overwhelmed.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to come back into a tidy, neat place rather
Sure.
than, like, a, jungle.
Okay, fair enough.
Right? How about yourself? Would you want to, like,
we do what I call a once-over. Just quickly straighten things up, vacuum, stuff like that.
Before you leave?
Yeah, it's all right.
Okay.
Yeah, listeners.
Tell us what your answer
Exactly.
is. How often do you guys tidy up your space? 공간 정리는 얼마나 자주 하시나요? So that was our question. Anyway, thank you, Andrew, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye. All right, everyone, that was our bite-sized banter segment with Andrew. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And so let me remind you of today's bite-sized banter topic once again, which is how often do you guys tidy up your space? 공간 정리는 여러분 얼마나 자주 하시나요? Is it maybe daily? Or weekly or monthly or, out of the blue. Oh, how about you guys? Because like for me, if I do it daily, I think I won't have enough time. So like if you are a person who does it daily, you might as well be, those light tidying, such things like, as Andrew has mentioned earlier, like tidying up the bed or putting things where it belongs to, right? Or clearing your desk or something like that. But when it comes to weekly cleaning, I think it becomes more regular, right? So what I'm saying by regular is that like you have to do those vacuuming or doing laundry, you know, or maybe cleaning the bathroom or kitchen, right? And you know, like how you have like dishes piled up, then you are like so stressed out. So I try to do that like every day. How about you guys? Like, how about monthly? Organizing closets or drawers or cleaning the windowsills? Do you ever clean the windowsills? I never do that, but once I do it, like I am so shocked by how much dust is like piled up there, right? And just thinking that you breathe in those air, right? I think we should clean the windowsills more often, right? And this answer would depend on like who you live with, right? Let's say that you live with your parents or your family members, then I think like somebody else can do it. Just the fact that, you know, thinking somebody else can do it, I think for me, I become lazier, right? When I used to live with parents, like my mom and dad would like, you know, do some of the stuff for me. For example, like I don't have to do the cooking because my mom always cooks. So in that case, like I didn't have to, you know, tidy up my space or, you know, vacuum as much. But now that I'm living alone, I think I have to vacuum every day because I have a long hair, as you see here. Yeah, so I vacuum the house every day. I do the laundry like every 2 days, every other day. And yeah, so let's see what our sweeties have to say about this. We have Benny Nim saying, take some sleep and then watch TV. Wait, this is for the other question, right? So I guess like it depends. We have Jenny in Hong Kong Nim saying, do it daily before going to bed and just before going out. Ooh, doing it daily before going to bed. So, Jenny, you like tend to clean up your room every day, right? Oh, and before going out. And I think that's really important because like once you leave your house and then you come back into a clean space, I think that makes you feel good, right? But when you come into like this mess, then you get even more stressed out, don't you? Like for me, it makes me stressed out, right? And she's also adding organizing about once a month. And sometimes when I'm looking for something, I reorganize things. Yes, right? You lose stuff, but you know it's in your house somewhere, right? For example, like when you clean out your bed or the mattresses, I think like you find your missing earrings there, here and there, right? And for me, I used to have like tons of chapsticks and, you know, those lip balm. And I'm not lying, like I bought like 7 chapsticks because I thought I lost them. And then I bought it again and then again, right? So I ended up having 7 chapsticks. Yes. 죄송해요. 브랜드 이름이래요. 죄송합니다. Yes. Anyway, yes, I used to have lip balms everywhere. Yes, and I think it depends on your personality as well, right? And like, you know, when you go around, I used to like go around and look at homes because like, you know, when you are moving, you have to, you know, kind of search for homes and stuff. And so I was looking into some houses and I was thinking, whoa, this house is super clean, right? And I could kind of tell the personality of that person who lived in that house, right? So yeah, I guess that depends on personality and the mental state, of course, and the work or school schedule that you guys have, right? Anyway, yes, thank you for sending in your answers, guys. And that's going to wrap up today's bite-sized banter. And we'll be back again tomorrow with a fresh new topic. So please look forward to that. And now it's time for a song break. And here is 여름의 오후 by Lala Sweet.
시간도 여름의 호흡만 여름의 거리마다 흐느적대는 걸음마다 녹아내리는 뜨거운 태양이 뜨거운 입김을 토해내는 오후의 2시 푸르른 녹음 또 지쳐가는 비틀대는 여름의 오후 끝없이 달린 나의 시간도 여름의 호흡만 있을까 And now it's time for K-pop Dispatch, and this is a segment that'll be with you every weekdays. So come to it. And we're spotlighting the pulse of K-pop from new tracks to viral hits on the rise again. First up, we have 난 바래요 by 이보람. So she is known for her rich vocal tone and emotional delivery, and many listeners recognize her from music shows and live performances, where she brings heartfelt songs to life with clarity and depth. While the specific title isn't tied to a widespread news article, 이보람 herself has been gaining attention recently through performances on shows like Begin Again Open Mic, where she tackled challenging songs with remarkable vocal control. And the title 난 바래요 carries a poetic sense of longing or fading hope, and it suggests a moment of emotional vulnerability that her voice is particularly suited to express. And listeners can expect not just a melody, but a storytelling experiences, a combination of lyrical depth and expressive vocal work that draws you into the feeling of the song even before it begins. And up next is another new release, which is Moving On by Sohyang. And this is a recently released track from her new monthly project titled My Little New Diary, Part 1. And the project marks a fresh and personal chapter in her long career, blending musical styles and creative expression that reflect her past, present, and future artistic journey. Unlike typical ballads, Moving On combines gentle hip-hop influenced beats with lyrical, reflective vocal lines, showcasing her versatility beyond her renowned powerhouse ballad performances. And the song carries themes of resilience, growth, and emotional freedom as she sings about letting go of past hurt and finding a path forward with strength and self-compassion. And as someone who has built her reputation on emotional authenticity and vocal excellence, this song feels like a musical letter to listeners, encouraging us to embrace progress, even when the road ahead feels uncertain for us. So now we're going to enjoy this song together. We have 난 바래요 by 이보람, followed by Moving On by 소양. 발끝 발걸음을 너에게 비춰줄게 깊은 밤 어디쯤 곁에 함께 있을게 어둠 속에서도 가득 피어날 수 있게 매일 햇살보다 더 빛나는 미소 별처럼 빛나 주길 바래 나는 어떤 날에도 내가 곁에서 채울 수 있게 힘겨운 날들 모두 잊고서 우리 가득 담기를 바래 나는 언젠가는 이 시간마저도 고마웠기를 난 바래요 마음속에 늘 네가 있어 느껴지는 숨결이 닿을 때 한 걸음 한 걸음 다가온 너의 사랑이 내겐 무엇보다 나의 전부인 사랑인 거야 햇살보다 더 빛나는 미소 별처럼 빛나 주길 바래 나는 어떤 날에도 내가 곁에서 채울 수 있게 힘겨운 날들 모두 잊고서 우리 가득 담기를 바래 나는 언젠가는 이 시간마저도 고마웠기를 난 바래요 There's no more hate or love. I'm dreaming of my new world. I fly above the past. I'm moving on, moving on. I'm shining like a star above the dark cold night. My fire's still burning up. No one can turn it off, turn it off. Let's start it. 25 years I passed through like a past dreams when I rewind it. But I don't wanna blame you, anyone, anybody, or me. I'm not gonna use any curse on my lips. I'm like a pilgrim on my line. Oh, Kendrick, you were so right. I had some lost ones, but now I just found the way I go. There's no more hate or love. I'm dreaming of my new world. I fly above the past.
process. How to become in love. And now it's time for Sweet Review, where we take a moment to gather the key ideas from today and leave you with one final thought to carry with you throughout the day. And for number 1, Screen Bites Review. So in today's Screen Bites, we focus on the phrase, let's run through it one more time. So it sounds practical on the surface, but the feeling behind it is surprisingly warm. And repeating something isn't always about fixing mistakes or getting it perfect. Sometimes it's simply about reassurance, right? It's a way of saying, let's take one more breath and make sure we're ready. And that moves on to number 2. Bite-sized banter review. So in today's bite-sized banter, we ask this question: how often do you tidy up your space? And the answers can be very different for everyone, right? Some people tidy up daily, while others once in a while, and some only when things feel completely overwhelming, right? But beyond the habit itself, this question gently points to something deeper: how we reset our minds and how our surroundings quietly influence our mood and energy. And now, to wrap things up, here goes today's quote. The objective of cleaning is not just to clean, but to feel happiness living within that environment. The objective of cleaning is not just to clean, but to feel happiness living within that environment. 청소의 목적은 단순히 깨끗하게 만드는 것이 아니라 그 공간에서 행복하게 사는 데 있습니다. From Marie Kondo. So it's a soft reminder that tidying up, just like going over something one more time, isn't about pressure or control. It's about creating a small pocket of calm, making room for ourselves to feel just a little more at ease. So with that thought, we're going to gently wrap things up for Sweet Review. And now let's see what our sweeties have to say. We have Bully Bear Name saying, I tidy up my house on a weekly basis. And actually, I have my robot vacuum sweep and mop the floor daily. Ooh, yeah, I know there are like robot stuff these days, right? They vacuum for you and they even mop the floor for you. Oh my goodness, that's wonderful. Yeah, but like, aren't you kind of scared that they might kind of keep track of what you're doing, right? Because like I used to have a, those security camera once, and I heard a story about that. Like I heard I think it was from my brother. Like when he's sorry. My niece was really young. He used to have the security camera, and I heard that one night he was putting his daughter to sleep, and then all of a sudden this red camera was beeping. And so he thought that was really scary, and that's how he got rid of that security camera at his house. And I thought, from that point on, I got, that kind of feeling where like robot can be watching you. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure it's different for robot vacuum sweeper, right? And there's even one in one of our studio, and there's like a red beep. So whenever I see that, I try to like face the other way around. Yeah, I don't know. I have this crazy thing. But anyway, like having a robot vacuum, that would be neat, right? I heard they come back to the original spot, right? Right after they're done cleaning. And I thought that was super neat. And isn't it like really expensive? Yeah. But anyway, it must be really nice to have that. I should get that. I know I've been talking about that a lot, but I want to get that. Anyway, thank you for sharing your answer. Yeah, so weekly basis, having vacuum sweeper of your little tiny robot in your house. That must be nice. Also, we have Julie님 saying, 정리를 하면 얼마나 기분이 좋은지 몰라요. 근데 자주 하진 않고요. 일단 버려야지 정리가 돼요. 맞아요. 없애고 버리는 순간이 바로 정리가 되는 순간입니다. 아니 물론 청소는 매일 하지요. Yeah, so like especially like when you're moving. I think moving is a way to kind of declutter your house, right? And Jenny in Hong Kong is saying decluttering 못 버릴수록 정리는 어려워지죠. 맞아요. So you have to just get rid of it, right? Or just give away to people like on secondhand market, I think, right? So I did that actually yesterday and it felt really good, right? And even this morning, I gave away my little sketchbook and all the things that I don't use. And they're like, oh, I have a baby in my house and thank you so much for sharing this. And that felt really good, right? So I guess that's really good for everybody, right? Just tidying up your house and your place. That might make you feel good, right? Anyway, thank you guys for sharing your messages with us. And that gently brings us to the end of today's Sweet Date. And as you head back into whatever's waiting for you next, I hope there's at least one moment that makes you feel lighter, a small smile, a kind thought, or a song that stays with you a little longer than expected. And I almost forgot. I have Jomo in the background, right? As you see here. It's Joy of Missing Out from Onokdeongani. She shared it with us, right? So don't be afraid to miss out on things and enjoy the happy side of it, okay? So anyway, we'll be right back here again tomorrow. At what time, everyone? 12:05. And we'll see you tomorrow. And here's our last song to finish up today's show, which is My Love by Lee Seung-chul. Have a wonderful afternoon, everyone. Bye!
잠시 전